Hello, Sawadee Kap.
สวัสดีค่ะ
Okay, great. Today I'm joined with Princess Jade and Princess Diamond. We're here with you at Inside Muay Thai to give you some quick notes about Muay Thai and Muay Thai culture. All right, to get started, we're going to start off with Muay Thai. Princess Jade, can you write for us, please? Okay, so for those of you, once again, who are interested in the Thai script, Thai writing, you'll be able to recognize the letters that are involved in the word Muay Thai, and we'll have an extra one for you. Okay, great. So, Princess Diamond, can you help us out, please, with this word?
Yes.
And it is
Muay Thai.
Muay Thai. Can you let us know the letters, please?
Mama. Wawan. Yaya. Thahan. Yaya.
Okay, and that says?
Muay Thai.
Okay, Muay Thai. And one more for you today. Princess Jade, can you please write for us? This one's a little bit tricky. How it's used and its meaning doesn't necessarily explain word by word what it says literally. We're going to help you out with that. Okay, good. So, you might notice here that these letters are the same as those. Okay, so it involves Muay Thai. Princess Diamond, can you let us know what our new word is?
Yes.
The whole thing is?
Not
One more time, loudly.
Not
Okay, so can you give us the first three letters, the new letters?
Muay Thai.
If you can help. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay, so tell us one more time. Down. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Muay Thai. Okay. So those first letters that you have here are known as knock. Okay, can I borrow the pen, please, quickly? Yeah. Okay. So in the first one here, we have, of course. Oh no. Okay, and then the second one we have. Okay. All right. So we have Muay Thai and not Muay Thai. Now, just to help you out a little bit on the pronunciation, for the first word is.
Muay Thai.
All right. So if you listen carefully, it's Muay. Right. So if you look at this, UAI, Muay, Muay. I'm sorry, that's a UAY. We all know in English that Y is sometimes I or I is sometimes Y. Okay, Uai, Uai, Muay, 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 Muay Thai. Now, the reason why I'm telling you that is because sometimes I hear people say something, doesn't matter what country you're from, try to pronounce it correctly. It's not my Thai, okay? It's not my Thai. It's not muy, muy. Too much emphasis on an E sound. And let's see, I've heard some other things. Can't remember right now. But the correct pronunciation of Thai boxing is Muay Thai. Muay Thai. It's a soft sound. Muay Thai. Okay. Next, what we have is not Muay Thai. Not. All right. Now, some people will say that this means boxer or fighter. and that this is Muay Thai boxer, but that's not exactly correct, right? Okay, because knock is explaining that you are the person who does Muay Thai, just like a student. Okay, and what about an athlete, someone who plays sports? All right, so it can't be knock as boxer, a boxing student, or a boxer athlete. No, so knock is just referring to a person who does something. A student in school is nak gila. Oh, I'm sorry. Whoa. Nak rien. Right? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Student. Nak rien. An athlete is, excuse me, nak gila. Gila is sport. Student is rien, which means study, the person who studies. So this is the person who does Muay Thai, okay? But it's referred to as Muay Thai boxer or Muay Thai fighter. So don't run out and get a tattoo that says not, right? Because Thai people are going to say not what, right? And someone in another country, if you say knock, might say, who's there? Right? Okay? So don't get a tattoo that says knock knock. All right? That's definitely gonna make people laugh when you come to this country. Okay, so that's all we want to share with you on that. All right. Now, I do want to point out a few things that I know a few people have had questions about. When a boxer starts boxing, what age can they start boxing? Because they earn money. So a boxer will start average around 10 years old. Some start a little earlier, maybe 9, maybe 8 to get their first fight of the year or first carnival or festival fight. But on average, it's about 10 years old. Now, in order for a boxer to be considered a professional boxer, a licensed boxer, they do get a license, an ID card. Their name goes on a list as a professional boxer, and they get their ranking and all that kind of stuff. That starts at the age of what? 15 years old. 15 years old. Okay? And as a professional boxer, they're also covered if they get hurt during a fight. So if they get cut, they need to be sewn up. If they have a more serious injury, they need to go to the hospital. The stadium that they're fighting at, uh, that's all taken care of for them as a professional boxer. Okay. Now, another thing that I'd like to mention is just a few things about pronunciation to help some of you out. In Thai boxing here in Thailand, there are two very famous Muay Thai fighters. That would be number one, Bo. Now, I've heard his name pronounced not so great, so I want to help you out. His name is Bo Banchame. Bo Banchame. Boa meaning what? Okay, and cow meaning what? White. Okay, so boa, or you say boa, but it's actually boa. Boa cow. Cow meaning white, boa meaning lotus. So he's known as the White Lotus. His last name, if you want to look him up because he has a camp, is Ban Chamek. Banchamek. Ban Chamek. That's a soft E. Meg. All right. Another fighter that's very famous is Senpai, and his name is pronounced just like that, Sanchai. It's spelled Seanchi, but the pronunciation is Sanchai. All right. So just want to point that out for you all, just to help you out a little bit. Next, I do want to talk about fights. Official Muay Thai fights are 5 rounds, 3 minutes per round. Now, an official Muay Thai fight uses all techniques. If you're not familiar with that, that includes the fist, the elbow, the use of the knees, and the foot for kicking. Okay? If it does not include all of those areas, it's not officially a Muay Thai fight. Some people will say Muay Thai for their marketing, promoting, things of that nature. Also, Muay Thai fighters and the Muay Thai culture, they really don't like, and they're not going to tell you, but they don't like for people to say Muay Thai kickboxing. It's not Muay Thai kickboxing. Thai people consider their art, their martial art, boxing. In their mind, they're boxing, even though they use their feet and their elbows, their knees, just like in America or other countries that Western boxing, you say boxing is the use of the hands. They say boxing and they feel that their art is called boxing. Okay? Um, so, Muay Thai, for those of you who don't know, is not kickboxing. Kickboxing has a different set of rules where you cannot use the elbow, you cannot use the knees, and you cannot kick to the legs. Okay? Muay Thai allows all of that. Okay? All right. So just want to point that out. Now, just one more thing to point out for you. 2 important dates in Muay Thai culture and Muay Thai fighting. On February 6th of every year is the date of, what is that again? Muay Thai.
Muay Thai Day.
It's Muay Thai Day. Muay Thai Day, February 6th. Also in the history on February 6th was the date of the crowning of a king during the Ayutthaya period, and his name was.
สมเด็จพระเจ้าสันเพชร the eighth.
All right, good. And he was the 29th king of the Ayutthaya period, and he's also famously known just as the Tiger Boxer. All right. His nickname was the Tiger, and he loved to box. And I'll give more information in another video when I talk about important people in the history of Thai boxing and their stories. One more date to note, which is pretty much the most popular date for Thai boxing culture, is March 15th. That is the anniversary of the famous boxer Nai Kanom Thom. Right? Did I say that right?
Yes. นายขนมต้ม
Right. Okay. Good. He's a famous boxer who was captured by the Burmese. He fought 9 or 10 boxers in a row, beat them all, did so well, and he was given his freedom along with some other benefits. And I'll add him in my famous Muay Thai history people story. All right. So again, that date is March 15th. It's also known as Nak Muay Thai Day. Once again, we show you here Nak Muay Thai, referred to as a Muay Thai boxer. Okay. So that date, March 15th, is Nai Kanom Thom. They also will pay respect to uh, present and past teachers of Thai boxing, and it's a big event held in a UTI, I believe. You can look that up. Okay, I believe that's all for this quick note. Was that quick? Was that quick? Quick enough, right? All right, so we'll be back at you on another time for quick note, quick facts. And again, look for Inside Muay Thai, other videos that I'll be doing on Muay Thai boxers inside the ring, entering the ring, Y crew, Ram Muay, do's and don'ts of Muay Thai, the history of females involved in Muay Thai, and much, much more that I'll be doing as far as proper techniques coming from Muay Thai Boran, right? That's the ancient aspect of Thai boxing, a little bit different from sport Muay Thai. Okay? All right, girls? All right. So we thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, let us know, and we'll make sure to get to them as soon as we can, as best we can. Thanks once again, and we'll see you again on Inside Muay Thai. Sawadee ka.